Want to see an alternative way to get more exposure to your CBD business? Hi, this is Michael from Viral Home-Based Pursuits. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I do to get eyeballs, right? More people over to my CBD business, hence more leads, more sales. Those are profits right there. And so I'm going to get into this and show you that. But before I do, if this is the first time you're watching me, I do come out with videos not only on CBD related, but anything digital marketing, coaching, consulting, affiliate related, affiliate marketing, that is. And just I'm going to be here to help you grow your CBD business, but also make it where it can also be a passive income stream for you. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, if this is the first time. Now, I don't want to waste any more time. I just want to get into it. In a moment here, I'll get into the share screen, but I do want to share with you that when I first started, if you've been following me or not, I began in the health and wellness space, specifically the lower back pain space. So that was my niche, right? My sub niche, my own. I craved my own markets, my own market into that, and I was helping out a specific, demographic, but as well psychographic. If you hear me a lot, I talk about psychographics are just as important, if not even more, and then I refine it with demographics. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen any of my other CBD videos, I'll link to them in the description. So stuff with organic SEO, paid ads, Google, Facebook, stuff like that. You can even get a free video series and stuff with sales funnels. I have courses for that. So make sure you look out for that. So it's, for me, when I started, it wasn't all about CBD. When I got to this point, I did think about switching and creating a separate site for it. But what I did instead was this. I used a different category on my site. So where it was for me, I began with helping people understand, eating the right foods, mindfulness, right, cognitive behavior, therapy, exercising, natural remedies. The four things, the four pillars that I talk about to people. But over the time, I thought about expanding into the CBD niche, right? And I was, thinking, how could that go together? But it all made sense because I already had this back pain site. I already had knowledge on CBD. I just didn't push into it at that time because I was focused on other parts of it. But as each category grew, as I put out more articles on my website, right? We're talking about my website here. Then I was able to later expand, right? I focused on one, I monetized, understood how to monetize maybe a certain supplement. It was maybe something off of Amazon that people would consistently buy from me. Depending on what that was, okay, I would always focus on how can I get better at that and then move into a different area. So that's one way you can go about this. For those of you who haven't started, or if you have and you're thinking about a domain, also think about, brand yourself with CBD. That's good if you want to be known just for that. But for my circumstances, now I'm able to expand into more because I didn't call it anything with like hemp or CBD. Mine is actually called Remove Back Pain, removebackpain.com. And so I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to get into the share screen. And this is the site right here that I began in the very beginning. And I still produce content on this. It's been doing well for me. And so just so you know that I'm not just throwing out random information, I actually take action. So this site, I've been growing it for many years. And it wasn't like this in the beginning, the way it looks, aesthetics. For me, what's more important is the content. As long as the content is what it needs to be, then I can focus on the aesthetics second. So don't worry if the look of your site, right, the design isn't where it needs to be at the beginning. And then over time, you can grow, get more paid themes. I'm using Thrive themes now. right? I went from Elementor, from free to paid themes with Elementor, and then later expanded into Thrive. So this is my site. If you haven't already kind of seen it, or you've probably heard me talk about it in the past, maybe you haven't gone on and actually seen it for yourself. But there's different categories. Here's an article on CBD. But in a way, you can model what I do. If you're kind of going in this direction with things, if you're starting a health and wellness blog, you don't want to necessarily talk about CBD oil, but then you transition, like I was saying in the beginning, right? If your mind isn't on CBD, but let's say you want to focus on mental health, and then you have like maybe some kind of a supplement, nutritional supplement you want to focus on, and you build content around that, that's fine. And then you focus on mental health, exercises, right? Now you're growing. And then next thing you know, you have CBD oil that you add on to CBD, right? And that's what I was doing. I started adding that over the time because I grew in different areas. I focused on one, grew it as well as I could, and then started focusing on others. So, that's a good way to go. This is my site. I won't go too far into the articles. I mean, if you want to learn how to do research for organic traffic to your website, I have another video that I barely came out with. I'll link to it in the description. Look out for that. It'll be something like organic SEO, or it'll have like SEO or something like that. But you can watch that video. I actually talk about keyword research, and I go into a keyword research tool, and I kind of go through that, and I show you examples of how to search. I know people have been asking me. I keep getting IM'd on Facebook, emails, all over the place. And I love it because I'm here to help you ultimately. I want to make sure that you have the best experience you can as possible. So come up with your own material. It's always important that you do that. Have it unique to your own brand. Carve out your own niche. I spoke with a gentleman not too long ago about how to, you want to, it's like you're putting out all the content, but until you figure out who you're putting the content out to, you're just going to keep on this hamster wheel over and over. And you're going to ask yourself like months and years on later and be like, well, okay, I didn't focus on the who. You got to focus on the who, right? You understand the product, you understand the market, but who is your audience? Who are you, speaking to? And that's going to show in your content, right? You might be speaking to somebody who has mental health problems, but are they teenagers? Are they young adults? Are they older, 50 and older? We all have different lifestyles, right? So we want to speak to that. Anyways, this is all I wanted to show you, kind of just go through this. My blog is here. And it wasn't so much about going into the CBD articles as it is going through and understanding that you can diversify, right? Focus on one area and then go into another. If you're focusing on CBD in the beginning, then maybe you can grow out into another area thereafter. So that's my site with Remove Back Pain. If you want to know more about it, I may leave a link to it, or there will also be a page. I know people have been asking me like, how do you do your Facebook page, Michael? Right, and this is the second part that I wanted to add to it. I was just helping somebody recently on this. Glad they asked me. I got to change the name for certain reasons. People keep getting my my page mixed up because I had another page with the actual name that I wanted, and Facebook's kind of being stingy about changing names and stuff. But I'm gonna have to get around it. It's just that some people submit to the wrong page. They put testimonials to the wrong page. You believe that? And so it's kind of not a headache, kind of like past it nowadays. But this is what you can model. I'll leave a link to this. So you know what to look after, right? When I speak to people and they try to like get more likes, more shares, they don't get enough clicks to their websites, to their funnel. And a lot of that is because you got to become more of an authority. You got to become more present. And just like everyday business owners who don't know a lot about digital marketing and any kind of way to get exposure online, they just want to post a picture up of their nice like sites or what they do, but without really any kind of information on how to take action. Like they'll say something about their business. You speak too much about your product. Don't speak too much about that, right? You got to speak into the the headline, you got to have a curious headline. You got to have like this, right? Free guide, eliminate your joint pain with this one protein. Hey, it's Michael here. I've discovered the joint protein that wreaks havoc in your body so far beyond your joints, you're not going to believe it. For a limited time, I'm giving free copies of this breakthrough for free. I want your copy. Here are 2 things you need to do first. Like this post, comment protein. I'll reach out to you once you do. Talk to you soon, your friend Michael. So what I like doing, this one isn't in particular in that set, but what I like to do, I'll have a attention-grabbing headline that speaks out to your audience, right? And then I have the problem or the pain that they have. I tackle that and I agitate it. I make it worse. I put some bullets if I have to. Like, you are going to stay in so much pain, and here are some of the reasons why you're in it right now. Because you're lazy, because you don't know the right, you just listen to too much mainstream medication, stuff, and stuff like that, right? 3 bullets is good enough. And then I go with, I present really the solution. So like, luckily for you, now there's a solution. Cool thing is I got something great for you that's going to help solve that particular problem. If you want to know more about it, like I'm showing you here. So go ahead and check out my page. It's free for you to look at. I get a lot of engagement on some of these. 5,155 people reach, engagement 66, but that's not even where it's began. 31 comments, 1 share, and this one is fairly new. This is new. Okay, and imagine yourself getting that much exposure. But what is the exposure worth if you're not putting the right type of problem to solution in front of somebody? If you're just posting that picture, if I posted just this picture and said, hey, CBD is good for you, you're going to, which a lot of people do, they're going to expect somebody to just come and like it and share it, comment. Now you got to ask for that. You got to have a call to action that says, like this post, I'll reach out to you and send you this article. Once you do, I'll send you my video, I'll send you my free guide. And then what do? You go to the IM and you start messaging. And then once you get used to doing that over and over, you'll have a more copy and paste way of doing it. Some of them you won't, but you can do it over and over and over and over again. Okay, so I just showed you the alternative way to get more exposure to your CBD websites or funnels, stuff like that, by generating a completely outside of the box thinking CBD thing with like mine, which was remove back pain. And then you can funnel people into a sales funnel. If you want to know more about that, look into my sales funnel material that I have below. And then this was just me just going on a tangent talking about Facebook and how you can get help, because people have been asking me about that. All right, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave me a comment. Have you tried anything already? How are you doing SEO? Why not? Are you setting up your Facebook page the way you need to? Is your Instagram page the way it needs to be? All these other things. Okay, thanks.